Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. First things first, what does P0110 actually mean? The official definition is intake air temperature sensor 1 circuit malfunction. In simple terms, your car's brain, the engine control module, or ECM, has detected a problem with the sensor that measures the temperature of the air coming into your engine. This sensor is super important. Think of it like a weather forecaster for your engine. It tells the ECM how hot or cold the air is, and the ECM uses this information to make critical adjustments. Why does air temperature matter so much? Well, the density of air changes with temperature. Colder air is denser, meaning it has more oxygen packed into it. Hotter air is less dense, with less oxygen. For your engine to run efficiently, it needs the perfect mix of air and fuel. By knowing the air temperature, the ECM can adjust the amount of fuel it injects and tweak the ignition timing to get that perfect combustion. If the ECM gets bad information from a faulty sensor, it's like trying to cook a recipe with the wrong measurements. The results are rarely good. So, where can you find this little guy? The intake air temperature sensor, or IATE sensor, is usually located somewhere in the engine's air intake system. You might find it mounted directly on the air filter box. Inside the intake, ducting between the air filter and the throttle body. Or sometimes it's even integrated into the mass airflow sensor, or MIAF sensor. It's typically a small, 2-wire plastic sensor that screws or clips into place. Pretty simple, but it plays a huge role. Now, let's talk about the symptoms. How would you know you have a P0110 code without even plugging in a scanner? The most obvious sign is, of course, the check engine light illuminating on your dash. But you might notice other things too. You could experience a rough idle, where your engine feels shaky when you're stopped. You might also notice your car hesitating or stumbling when you accelerate. A significant drop in fuel economy is another big red flag. Since the ECM can't get the air-fuel mixture right, it often defaults to a richer mix, which means it burns more gas than necessary. In some cases, you might even have trouble starting your engine, especially when it's cold. And if you live somewhere with emissions testing, a P0110 code will almost certainly cause you to fail. So, what causes this code to trigger? There are a few common culprits. The most straightforward cause is simply a faulty IAT sensor. Like any electronic component, they can wear out and fail over time. Another very common issue is wiring problems. The wires leading to the sensor can get damaged, frayed, or corroded. The electrical connector itself could be loose, or the terminals inside might be dirty or corroded, leading to a poor connection. Don't forget to check for a dirty air filter too. A severely clogged air filter can restrict airflow and sometimes affect the sensor's readings. And while it's less common, the problem could be with the ECM itself. But you should always rule out the sensor and wiring first. Alright, so how do you diagnose and fix a P0110 code? The first step is always to verify the code. Use an OBD2 scanner to confirm that P0110 is the active code. Once confirmed, a visual inspection is your best friend. Look at the IAT sensor and its wiring. Do you see any obvious damage, like frayed wires or a loose connector? Check for corrosion. Sometimes just cleaning the connector terminals and reseating it can solve the problem. If everything looks good visually, you'll need to test the sensor itself. You can do this with a multimeter. By checking the resistance across the sensor's terminals, you can see if it's within the manufacturer's specifications. You can also test the voltage on the signal wire with the key on. If the sensor and wiring check out, the problem might be more complex, but most of the time, it's a simple fix. In many cases, the solution is as easy as replacing the IAT sensor. They are generally inexpensive and easy to access, making this a great DIY job for many car owners. Just be sure to get the correct part for your specific make and model. And that's a wrap on the P0110 code. It might seem intimidating at first, but it's usually a straightforward issue to diagnose and fix. Taking care of it quickly will not only turn off that annoying check engine light, but also restore your engine's performance and save you money at the gas pump. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more car care tips and tricks. Got a question? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.